seen this woman?
I don't think so.
Stop the bus, Boston PD!
How you liking Southport?
It's definitely a change of pace.
From what?
Somewhere I don't really want to go back to.
It's usually just a pit stop for most people.
I like it here.
I'm Alex. Nice to meet you.
You guys have such a good rapport, and I think it really shows in the movie. Did you guys know each other very well before?
No. I mean, we'd met at like events and stuff like that, but no.
I sort of felt like I knew her because I'd known Ryan for a number of years. You know, seeing her in interviews and seeing her, and I always thought that girl's very hot. No, that girl's very. I'm just kidding.
It's okay.
She's not hot. I mean, look at her.
You're making me feel better, at least. Thank you.
I always felt like she's a very real girl that doesn't necessarily pretend anything.
But that's also one of the great things about both of you is that you come from, you know, backgrounds to where you're real people. You've had real jobs, terrible jobs even, you know.
Yeah.
But
were you there last night when I said
was,
that?
yeah.
Oh God.
So I mean, I think that's one of the things that works so well in the film with you guys.
Well, that's
thank you.
the big compliment. Thank you, by the way. That's a huge compliment when even somebody today said it, where it was like, you know, we got sucked into the movie and didn't think about Julianne or Josh playing these characters. You know, that's the ultimate compliment. But yeah, I mean, like we both know where we came from, and like we're grateful to be here. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Nicholas Sparks. I mean, like the fact that I get to have this forever is kind of amazing.
And do you feel like that makes you more appreciative of what you have because you're working, in the back room of a Gap and
Yeah.
maybe in there.
You were there last night. You did hear that
Yeah.
story. Yes, absolutely. I fully understand how lucky I am to be getting to do what I do. And it's because, I didn't start till later in my life. You know, it was something I always dreamt about, of course, and maybe secretly was preparing, but I had a lot of real regular jobs that were difficult growing up and all the way up until I was 25, 26 years old. And so I fully appreciate the work that it took and what, you know, the work that it took to get here, and that I don't want to go back, you know. And so that, and the fact that this career's taken a long time. It's like I've been inching along for a very long time. So I feel, you know, I feel fortunate to be able to come out and do my best in a movie or promote a movie, whereas it could have been, you know, one of those situations where you rocket to stardom and then you don't really appreciate the work that it actually takes to get there.
Yeah. Well, and one of the things, and this will be very, I think you guys will resonate with this, the show is the Drew Pearson show, and Drew Pearson was
Drew Pearson?
Yeah.
Number 88.
That's right.
I remember Drew Pearson.
Yeah.
I was in the bathroom at the movie last night, and the guy looked at me and he said, "Drew Pearson?" I go, "No, I just started."
I know.
He was one of my all-time favorite receivers. It's
Yeah.
a joke my friend's dad told me years ago.
Okay. You'll explain later?
I haven't heard that
Oh,
one.
okay.
That's good. So the Drew Pearson's one of our former Cowboys, and
Yeah.
so he's known for the Hail Mary catch.
Yeah, he was
And-
great.
And so what we ask people is about their Hail Mary moments. You know, when you just kind of had to go for it.
I've had a lot of kind of those
Yeah.
moments where, and I think that's what's really cool about this world that we live in. It's like, it's never a sure thing. You know, I think a lot of, especially coming up as an actor, like you're unemployed more than you're employed. And so most of these things you're taking risks. And you know, you could think this one movie was the best idea and it was such a good story and good character, and then it might suck, or like vice versa. You're like, I don't know, you know, but it might end up being the best thing for you. So I've had a lot of those kind of moments. I mean, just leaving Dancing with the Stars, that could have been my life, but it wasn't what I wanted. And so, leaving that and kind of starting from scratch in like a whole new profession was kind of scary, but hopefully it turns out for the best.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of those, but the one I guess that sticks out would be just finished packing my '86 Ford Taurus that already had like 240,000 miles on it. And my mom was not happy that I was leaving, but I was moving to California from North Dakota. And oh man, I just remember she after having fought with her for a week or two after I told her, she comes out and she gives me this big hug, and she was crying, and she's like, "All right, well, good. I'm gonna miss you." And then I took off. I drove straight through to Reno. I drove to North Dakota, Billings. I drove from Montana all the way to California in a day. I was so excited to get there. But that, I think, is probably my biggest Hail Mary. Is like, I didn't know anybody. I didn't have that much money. Like very little money. I look back at it now. I was like, wow. I wish I had the balls I had back then.
That's great. Well, one of the last things for Safe Haven, just what you want people to get out of it, because there is something in there about love that I think is very nice.
Well, this movie is different from a lot of the Nicholas Sparks movies, or all the Nicholas Sparks movies that I think have been done. This has definitely got a lot of the elements that people will expect, but not only is it has a sense of danger, there's an edge to it, it's a little bit darker than Nicholas Sparks movies from the past, but it's also about two people who were in love at one point in their life, or thought they were in love, thought they were in their fairy tale love story. Didn't work out for whatever reason, for good or bad, and are suddenly given a second chance when they weren't necessarily even looking for it. And like Julianne said earlier, the safe haven doesn't necessarily always have to be a place, but it can be with someone. And in this case, it's with her. And it's this little family that we built. And so it's not only a great love story, but it's also a great thriller.